quickly before this video starts, I have an important announcement. One of life's greatest mysteries has been solved. I found out what creature Lucky is. You're welcome, everyone. So, you remember that game Club Penguin from a few years ago? Or Club Penguin Online, depending on who you are. Anyway, Lucky is a puffle. Its face is a puffle. I mean, look at that. Isn't that great? Puffles are these cute little pineapple things, and I noticed that they shared a face with Lucky. And, yeah, I just needed to share my findings with you. So, you know Battlebots, that's probably why you're here. Basically, before you actually see any of the designs that you like on TV, they have to be selected by the selection committee first. So this is to stop robots that would get rejected from being built because they're very expensive, and that's just a waste of everyone's time and money, and there'd be riots and stuff like that, and we don't want that. So people usually send in CAD designs, or I think they have to send in CAD designs like Byte Force here, before they actually get selected, so that the producers know what the robot's going to look like, what it's going to do, stuff like that. However, a bunch of robots each year actually get rejected because of being too conventional or being too just bizarre or whatever. Whatever the reason may be, that's probably going to be on this list. However, these 4 designs will not be on this list because they're too conventional and they're not exciting. So, let me just clarify what's going to be on this list. These are robots that did not get picked. So, robots like Helichopper, who were picked but never made it to TV, are not going to be included. So, moving straight on, we have the Cone Army, who tried to enter Battlebots 2015 unsuccessfully. By the way, the team who entered this was called Team Wedge Industries. That's just the best name ever. So the Cone Army, so the idea behind this was basically to enter 37 traffic cones. Yeah, I don't even know. So 37 traffic cones. So the tagline for this was that Tombstone cannot beat 37 traffic cones. Pretty sure it can. So Tombstone was supposed to fight these machines and get stuck on shrapnel or whatever. Whatever it was, the 4 cones, or 37 cones here, would eventually take the victory. I'm not wondering as to why this wasn't selected. It's 37 traffic cones. How would they even fit in the starting square? Because robots have to fit in the starting square. How would you fit 37 traffic cones? Even those little cones that you play football with, you couldn't fit 37 of them into the red square unless you stack them up. So, and another thing, what would their weapons be? They're going to be using de-icer and stuff, or whatever traffic cones use these days. Anyway, I really like the idea. It's kind of cool. So, what's going on here? Anyway, so, it's kind of cool. It's a cool idea. However, a bit ambitious for the first season of Battlebots. I have a feeling if the Cone Army made it, then people would think Battlebots is kind of a joke, so I can see why that it was rejected. So apparently, according to the Battlebots wiki, which can be edited by anyone, so it's clearly a reliable source, it was an idea liked by Greg Munson, good old Mr. Munson, but not by ABC. Yeah, I can see why ABC didn't like it. I didn't know that the ABC had any input whatsoever as to what robots were actually on the show, but okay. Also, another fun fact, Alex Horn here actually went on to become part of Team Sub-Zero. So the second machine that was too mad to enter was ACME Pilot Drill, who attempted to enter both 2016 and 2018 of Battlebots. This is not a great start, let's be honest here. So, ACME Pilot Drill, if you can't tell already, it's based on Wile E. Coyote and his endless attempts to catch a Roadrunner. It was a cartoon, a very old cartoon. So basically the theme is whenever a Roadrunner would try and be caught by Coyote, Coyote would have to use ACME products. So ACME Pilot Drill here decided to expand on that and make a robot which was literally just a massive cone drill with a flywheel on the rear and tracks on either side. Now the thing is, this is a really, really unique weapon. I have not seen a cone drill or a drill of any form whatsoever in modern combat robotics. Battlebots wouldn't allow them, just normal drills, because it has to have a robot that can seriously harm another robot and incapacitate it. The thing is that I'm pretty sure the cone drill could, because it's massive. and it looks heavy. So here's what it would look like, and I can see two problems with this. First of all, would they not get in trouble with Warner Brothers or whoever made the cartoon for using it? I get that it's quite an old cartoon, it probably wouldn't matter, but still, it's still a product company thing, whatever. I don't know copyright. And second of all, how would this physically exist? I mean, look at the shape of it. It's like a massive cylinder, right, with another flatter, wider cylinder coming out the back of it, with little weird track pods on the front, and an even bigger cylinder at the back, which has been tilted because of the cone drill. So, the thing is, this is not even the worst part about this robot. The worst part is the Battlebots wiki, which is a totally reliable source that can be edited by anybody whatsoever. If I wanted to say that Tombstone was going to be a flipper for Season 5, I could say that, and no one would question it, because it's a completely reliable source. Anyway, the robot would apply for Season 3 as well under the name ACME Drill. It would retain the same design as the version that applied for Season 2, however, the team ultimately pulled out of Season 3 after having critical parts stolen despite the robot being nearly completed at the time, and was also pushed off of the filming premises for trespassing due to another company not knowing the property was rented out by Battlebots for filming at the time. Who wrote this? Who thought... Okay, so let's try and dismantle this a little bit. So, it would apply for Season 3, change its name, but it would pull out of Season 3, implying that it did get accepted. I feel like we would have heard if a massive drill got accepted. After having critical parts stolen, why would you... Who... I think Wile E. Coyote may have run out of Acme products wherever he lives and summoned the cone drill to try and catch a Roadrunner for him. But the end is really weird. The robot being nearly complete at the time, I was also pushed off of the filming premises. Did Greg Munson just come and kick the robot off the premises? Is that what happened? So, for trespassing. So, how would a robot that was going to compete in Battlebots that got accepted, or didn't get accepted, we don't know what's happening here, get pushed off of the filming premises for trespassing by another company? I get Battlebots were on a tight schedule in 2018, but they wouldn't just push a robot off the premises. I mean, Mad Catter was not accepted, but they just turned up with their robot, and Battlebots just said, yeah, you can compete. So, very, very weird stuff with Acme Pilot Drill there. Moving on, we have Black Scorpion, who attempted to enter Battlebots 2016 with a robot that is just wow. So when I first saw this thing, when I was looking through all of the rejected robots, I was just amazed at this thing because of how awesome it looked. And then I looked further into the design, just looked more closely, and you can see probably why it wasn't accepted. So first of all, let's start off with the weapon. So that is a huge scorpion tail stinger thing. Lots and lots of little pistons or actuators, I don't know what they're called. And apparently it was all operated by one E-Tech motor deep inside the robot, which is kind of cool, but then also not cool because that weapon looks really, really fragile. Like one hit from anything and just one of those needed to stop working and the whole weapon would die. Another thing, it probably couldn't self-right either because those wheels at the side are tiny. They wouldn't reach the chassis on top or anything like that, so it wouldn't be able to self-right. The wheels are also outside of the machine, so they are very vulnerable to attack from big nasty spinners. So the bot clearly was not designed to win here. So they tried to make it like an exhibition bot, I presume. So one suggestion, and I don't like designing people's robots for them, but one suggestion I make to the team is that enter with this design again, please, because it looks amazing, but please, 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 please make it a Hexbug Walker thing, because I don't know if you've seen, but there's a new Hexbug out called the Hexbug Scorpion, and it looks very similar to this if you put legs on it. Just a suggestion there. So, Black Scorpion. So, this was probably going to be in the thumbnail of the video, just because of how theatrical it looks. I think we need more robots like this, which are designed to look amazing. Because when I first saw it, you just think, wow, that looks amazing. Probably not great in combat though, so I can see why it wasn't accepted. And then you think Chromefly was accepted over this, and the world makes sense again. Moving on, we have Deadlock, who attempted to enter 2019. Fun fact about Deadlock, they're actually going to enter the 2020 series, apparently. So this is the first of 3 British machines on this list. So Deadlock is the first here, and it is a control bot. So in this picture, it's tilted forwards. Its wheels are off the ground, so it's meant to sit flat on the floor and have like a complete control style clamp lift combo, which is interesting because complete control isn't actually here anymore. I'm very sad that Deadlock did not get accepted here. Here it is at it competes regularly in the UK live scene. It was in the UK Championships. It had a fight in Colchester with Bullfrog and Thor, and it is decent at lifting stuff. It does what it's supposed to do. It gets under things and it lifts them. And I'm very sad that it did not get accepted. One of the reasons why I think it didn't is that it's a new machine and it's a bit of a risk bringing it all the way across the Atlantic for it to not work. So I can see why. I'm not even sure if Deadlock was built at the time of Battlebots 2019 filming, or whether it was just a CAD design sent in like the rest. Thankfully though, if Deadlock doesn't make it into 2019, we do have Slammo from Team Danby. Well, they're not even called Team Danby anymore, they're called Team Mobots, and basically, instead of Foxtrot, they're going to enter Slammo and Whammo. So Slammo is a control bot, and they look so similar. One of these machines isn't going to get into Battlebots 2019 because they are so similar. So I hope that both of these machines get in, because they both do look actually quite awesome, and I really like Deadlock as well. I can't see why it was not accepted, because it looks like a tough bot as well. It looks like a bot that could take some hits from spinners. Moving on, the second British robot on this list is Ripper. Not a crazy design here in the UK, but in America, it is a mad design in America, because there are no flippers in Battlebots. There are barely any good wedge flippers in Battlebots, apart from Hydra now, because Sub-Zero wasn't competing, P1 didn't get any wins, Bronco didn't get any wins either this season, and so Battlebots really need some flippers for some more variety. And who builds the best flippers? The British, of course, because when spinners were banned from live events back in 2006 or something, basically the only effective weapon that you could use that would really get some really quick KOs is a flipper. So British flippers have evolved over the years, and they are now they're at their like maximum effectiveness, and so we're just desperately want to see one in Battlebots to see how it would fare against other designs that are not other wedge flippers. So Ripper is a very successful Brit flipper. So as I understand, it's not the only Brit flipper to try and enter Battlebots, because Chronic, who's basically Apollo, tried to enter 2015 but was only used as a reserve. So Ripper is a very successful machine here in the UK. It did compete in Robot Wars Series 7 though, and that might be a problem because the two robots are related, and I don't think Robot Wars would be too happy about Ripper going over and fighting as Ripper in Battlebots, unless they changed the name or something. I don't know, but I would love to see Ripper fight against a spinner. The thing is, because spinners have been allowed back into the live events, because the arenas have been made safer now, but that means that spinners can only run at certain speed, so it's difficult to gauge how strong the armor is with these robots. Like that front wedge on Ripper, it could be like a really tough wedge, or it could be something that would get ripped straight off, but you never know until you put it in the arena with an ice wave or a tombstone or a rainbow or something. So that's why we need flippers in the live events. the third and final British machine on this list. There were more that were rejected. I had to find the craziest ones, or the ones that would make an interesting point. This is Two-Headed Death Flamingo. And I have actually seen this robot live. I have one of their stickers, which I'm very proud of, somewhere. I need to find it, actually. So Two-Headed Death Flamingo tried to enter Battlebots, and apparently they're trying to enter it again or something. Same with Deadlock, they're both trying to enter the 2020 season, and that is great. I really want to see them there. So Two-Headed Death Flamingo, it's basically a double axe bot, and it's really cool. It's really cool. It's massive as well. The only thing is, it's armoured in plastic, and one look at it with a spinner, you'll never see it again, I'm pretty sure. So it did have some fights in the live scene, so I got to see this one live in Burgess Hill. It was Toxic 2 that it was fighting against. Goliath is the house robot. So this was the only image I could find of it actually fighting. I believe it did actually win a fight against a really good robot or something, and everyone was really shocked. It might have been Toxic 2, I don't know. So, I can't even remember. So, and they also have a beta weight now in Battlebots that is called Wide Boy. I'm pretty sure the team entered Wide Boy, I don't even know. But it's really hard to figure out why they would build something like this. It is so mad, it is so cool, it's so unique. It would be great for Battlebots. However, we can't have too many bots like this in Battlebots, joke bots, because it's not really the most competitive design. I'm sure the team know that, but I still would love to see it anyway. Just try to peck Bronco to death or something. So the next machine on the list is Honest Abe. And so this was a robot that tried to enter 2016, a bunch of these tried to enter 2016 unsuccessfully, and this one was called Honest Abe. So it was based on Abraham Lincoln. Obviously it has a little top hat there, and also the picture of him holding an axe. So it looks exactly like Mobius. Honestly, if you took away the if you took away the little top hat, it would be just a blue Mobius, honestly. So Honest Abe was not just a full body spinner, it was an automated full body spinner. So basically that little top hat was a computer, and it would scan the area around it, 360 area, and if it sensed an object, a moving object, it would charge towards it at maximum speed. Now, this would be the coolest thing ever, since when people think of Robot Combat, they don't think of people controlling these bots, they think of real life bots. And so this is a step closer to that. However, it was rejected because it wasn't safe enough for the arena at the time, because there weren't many autonomous robots that had been tested. So it's currently unknown if they have reapplied to any future seasons. I really hope they have, you know, because now we have seen autonomous robots in the arena, Chomp, that have worked and been successful. I would love to see a really effective full-body spinner such as Honest Abe charge towards something and kill it. The next machine on the list, we're moving through these fairly quickly now, it's Huntsman, and this is a massive axe bot that tried to enter Battlebots 2016, and so it's from Australia, and it's an interesting design because first of all that axe is absolutely huge. I mean, imagine it trying to attack a plastic robot or something, it would slice it in half. So as you can see, this robot was actually built. So here it is before it was actually painted. And I recognised this robot when I was looking through, and I realised it has actually been on King of Bots. So it was a real robot that was actually made from Australia, the same team who made Death Roll, I think, or something like that. Or it's fought Death Roll or something. Anyway, it's interesting because I feel like it would do very well against horizontal spinners, just because of the way the chassis is shaped. So it would, I just think it would do decently well, and especially since we need some more unique weapons in Battlebots. I don't want to say that the sport is too heavily weighted with spinners or anything, because it's not. It'd just be nice to see some new robots with new weapons like axes here, because the flaming hammer of Blacksmith is cool, although this would also be equally as cool if it actually managed to make it into Battlebots. However, I don't think that's possible now since it has already been on King of Bots, and they wouldn't be too happy with one of their machines going and competing on Battlebots under the same name. So next we have the Mixmaster. So this was the team who built the Cone Army, or tried to build the Cone Army, unsuccessfully. And they have come back for 2016 with something that is, let's be honest here, not much better. I just want to say the team is called Team Wedge Industries. So the idea behind the machine was that it would... what is going on here? That it would mix things, or drill things. I don't actually know how it works. So it has a little arm with the little drill on the end, and it would drill the top of things. And it would still be called the Mixmaster, even though it didn't have an egg whisk. So I was making this video, and I was thinking of reasons why this wouldn't be accepted, and I ended up with a list. First of all, this is just a prototype, but it would be really small, and it would just not be very good in combat at all. So it's a good idea, or is it a good idea? I don't know. I don't think it is. So it's another drill that didn't get accepted, and I think it's just better that we move on from this one. So the final robot on this list, or robots I should say, is Bliss, which is a clusterbot full body spinner with LEDs. I mean, how cool is that? I mean, I've never actually seen a clusterbot full body spinner before. Has that even been done before? I don't think it has. So Bliss would be built by Bots FC, the people who built Shatter. So the thing is, it's a clusterbot, we've seen them before, but it's a clusterbot that would actually do well, because full body spinners tend to be heavier than just normal horizontal spinners, and so would therefore probably end up doing more damage than just normal horizontal bar spinner clusterbots, because of how heavy their weapons are. So Bliss, I don't know why they weren't accepted. This would be so cool. It'd be such an awesome design to see, since it's never been done before, to my knowledge. I don't know. I've probably got that wrong. Although, don't you want to see clusterbots? Just a team of little clusterbots just tearing things up. It would be so cool. That's one robot that I really, really want to see. Anyway, moving on. Thank you very much for watching this video. Also, one more thing I would like to mention is that this channel gained about 150 subscribers in 1 year. That is amazing. Thank you so much, everyone. It's been a really good year. Thank you all for watching my videos, and Happy New Year, happy holiday season. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.